Good morning, dear students. Today's our class is macrolide antibiotics. This include in your syllabus as PH 1.43. These are our today's learning objectives: history of macrolides, then classifications, mechanism of action, therapeutic uses, antibacterial spectrum, then bacterial resistance, pharmacokinetics, adverse effects, then what are the safety in pregnancy and breastfeeding. Then we summarize our class with the efficacy of adding macrolides to the treatment for COVID-19. Okay, before going our class, we just discuss one case. A male patient, after staying in hotel for 2 days, comes to the emergency department complaining of sudden onset of cough, malaise, headache, chills, diarrhea. Based on the history and findings, while awaiting diagnostic test results, the patient is admitted to the hospital and started on antibiotic therapy. So, what is the drug of choice for treating this disease? The symptoms are sudden onset of cough, malaise, headache, chills, and diarrhea. So, our diagnosis is the Legionnaires infections. So, from this group, we can select the azithromycin is an effective one, and this is the macrolide antibiotic. So, today we discuss the all macrolide categories of drugs, their therapeutic uses, adverse effects, and contraindications. Okay. The term macrolide was originated from the species of Streptomyces. Since 1950, the first drug of this class was isolated as picromycin. 1952, erythromycin and carbamazepine was introduced into clinic. A Filipino doctor, this the Albendro, is firstly discovered this erythromycin, but is not included in his study, so he didn't get any patent for his discovery. Macrolides is the general structure of macrolides. This usually contains a lactone ring and the sugar part is the amino sugar and ketonic group, and these are the basic characteristics of these macrolides that decide their activities. This dimethyl sugar, thus group, gives the basic characteristics to the macrolide rings, and this usually consists of lactone ring usually consists 14, 16 and 12 carbons. This is the prototype drug is erythromycin, which consists of 2 sugar moiety attached to 14 atom lactone ring. This macrolides, based on this their lactone rings, is categorized as 12 membered, 14, 16 and 15 membered. This erythromycin comes under the 14 membered, and the semi-synthetic derivatives of erythromycins are clarithromycin, erythromycin, flurithromycin, roxithromycin. This also comes under the 14 membered ring. Then 15 membered ring, this is the azithromycin, and then 16 membered ring, this paramycin, and another important ones the ketolides. These are the important macrolides categories. Okay, this important one, these macrolides are erythromycin and their semi-synthetic derivatives azithromycin, clarithromycin, roxithromycin, erythromycin, olanzapine, trilondomycin, sparomycin. Ketolides category like telithromycin. So today we discussed about them all these macrolides categories in detail. Okay, this was the mechanism of action of these macrolide antibiotics. This main mechanism is a protein synthesis inhibitor. This usually binds to the 50s ribosomal subunit. So as the results inhibition of polypeptide chain elongation. This results the inhibition of growth and multiplication. What is the chemical instability of macrolide? Macrolides are unstable under acidic conditions, and this usually undergo intramolecular reactions to form an inactive cyclic ketol. The formation of this cyclic ketol causes the intestinal cramps, which usually reported after the use of erythromycin. Water insoluble salts and entry quarter dosage forms of macrolides shows very lesser side effects. So these water insoluble forms cannot take part in reaction which occurs in aqueous solution. This erythromycin stearate salt is an example of insoluble salt of erythromycin. This is the antibacterial spectrum of macrolides. This shows the gram-positive and gram-negative activities. This is the gram-positive cocci like Streptococcus, Staphylococci. Gram-negative, this is the Clostridium, Neisseria gonorrhea, Legionella pneumonia, Campylobacter, Helicobacter pylori, then Mycobacterium avium complex, some chlamydal infections. These are the main antibacterial spectrums of macrolides. Basically, this spectrum of activities categorized as gram-positive and gram-negative aerobes. Erythromycin, clarithromycin usually shows the best activity against this gram-positive aerobes. Examples like methicillin substale, this Staphylococci aureus, Bacillus, and gram-negative aerobes, mainly this azithromycin shows the enhanced activity against gram-negative aerobes. For examples like H. influenza, Neisseria. Next we come to this pharmacokinetics. Usually all these macrolides food interfere with their absorptions. Erythromycin is destroyed by gastric acid and so this administered as entry-coated tablets. Plasma T-half is 1.5 hours. This a good concentration is attained in most fluids except brain and CSF. All this crosses the placenta. These are the main indications of macrolides. Is used in upper respiratory and lower respiratory tract infections. Upper respiratory tract infections like pharyngitis, tonsillitis, sore throat, whooping cough. Lower respiratory tract infections like pneumonia, mycoplasma pneumonia, community-derived pneumonia, anthrax, COPD, eradication of H. pylori, diphtheria, gonorrhea, typhoid, malaria. These are the main indications of macrolides categories of antibiotics. Next we come to the macrolide resistance. Usually this resistance undergoes mainly two mechanisms. Is the target gene mutations and efflux pump. If this methylated occurs, this methylation of this 50s ribosomal subunit, this causes the decreasing the affinity of macrolides antibiotics. So this resistance occurred through plasmids and low permeability of bacteria to antibiotics. So this low cell wall permeability decrease the macrolide activities. Low affinity of ribosomes to macrolides and production of inactivating enzymes. Some of these macrolides like this azithromycin, clarithromycin, this shows the cross resistance with erythromycin. So these are the main bacterial resistance of macrolides. Macrolide side effects are headache, taste disturbances, stomatitis, jaundice, hepatitis. In case of toxic doses, this shows the reversible hearing loss, liver toxicity, jaundice and ventricular arrhythmias. Erythromycin, this is the first macrolide antibiotics, is introduced in 1952. Main source of this drug is Streptomyces erythraeus. Clarithromycin and azithromycin are the semi-synthetic derivatives of erythromycin. Erythromycin is available in different forms. This erythromycin esterolide, ethyl succinate, stearate. This erythromycin esterolide shows the higher risk of hepatitis, and in most of countries this formulation is banned, but this available in Indian market. This erythromycin is combined to other antimicrobials like chloramphenicol, clindamycin, but happen all these binds to the 50s ribosomes, and so the three main antagonize each other's activities because they compete for the same binding sites. So this combination should be avoided. Erythromycin is a good microsomal enzyme inhibitor. It is mainly excreted through bile. Dose adjustment is not needed in renal failure. This azithromycin, clarithromycin, Mainly this IV administration care should give, and this does not penetrate into the CNS. Metabolites of erythromycin and azithromycin appears usually in bile. Clarithromycin appears in urine. So clinical uses is as a first choice drug in case of atypical pneumonia, mycoplasma pneumonia and chlamydal pneumonia. Mostly preferred macrolides are erythromycin and azithromycin. Erythromycin is administered as a standard dose for 2 weeks. And fluoroquinolones and tetracycline category shows the equal activity to this atypical pneumonias. But these beta-lactam antibiotics are not effective. For this Legionnaires disease, erythromycin is the drug of choice, but this best one is the azithromycin, 500 mg OD for 14 days. Fluoroquinolones and tetracycline, this category shows only less effective action. Chlamydal infections, erythromycin or azithromycin is preferred one. Aerogenital chlamydal infections, erythromycin and azithromycin. Azithromycin is administered as single dose. For whooping cough, erythromycin is the drug of choice. For 2 weeks treatment is adequate. Azithromycin and clarithromycin are equally effective. Chloramphenicol we can administer it as an alternative. For chancroid, erythromycin, azithromycin is effective one. Ceftriaxone single dose is also equally effective. So this mainly used in case of upper part of respiratory infections, soft tissue infections, urethritis, MRSA, mycoplasma pneumonia, chlamydal infections, gonorrhea mainly caused by Neisseria gonorrhea, treatment and prophylaxis of ophthalmic infections and neonatal conjunctivitis. This Legionnaires pneumonia, usually IV erythromycin 10 to 14 days or azithromycins can be administered. For whooping cough, erythromycin is effective both for treatment and prophylaxis of close contacts. Clarithromycin and azithromycin may also be used. For this prophylaxis, alternative to penicillin in valvular heart disease patients is undergoing dental and other minor procedures. For topically, erythromycin ointments are preferred for skin infections, burns, and these lotions for acne. And another use of these macrolides in case of an alternative to penicillin. Those who are allergic to penicillin, we can select this macrolides category mainly in staphylococcal infections, diphtheria, tetanus, erythromycin estrolite forms, and this gonorrhea and syphilis, erythromycin or tetracycline. This leptospirosis, erythromycin is preferred for 1 week. Other uses, thus the erythromycin is a motiline receptor agonist, stimulate GI motility. So this property is helpful for the use of gastroparesis in postoperative patients and in diabetic gastroparesis. And this shows the additional anti-inflammatory properties, so it are very valuable in case of rheumatoid arthritis and chronic sinusitis. So this erythromycin can be used as an alternative to penicillin in patients allergic to penicillin. For H. pylori, clarithromycin is highly effective macrolide. Clarithromycin, omeprazole, amoxicillin. These combinations are usually used for 2 weeks. For mycobacteria infections, azithromycin and clarithromycin are the good of choice. And this toxoplasmosis, both azithromycin and clarithromycin. For this cryptosporidium, both azithromycin and clarithromycin are effective. Adverse reactions is the GI side effects are usually seen this anorexia, vomiting, diarrhea. Liver toxicity, usually erythromycin with this erythromycin estrolite formulations produce the liver toxicities is jaundice. Most patients recover from this, but the hepatitis reoccurs if the drug is re-administered. So better to avoid this the estrolite form. Macrolides get deposited in perilimbal and this causes the ototoxicity. Other allergic reactions like fever, eosinophilia, rashes, prolongation of QT. Drug interactions, this shows the drug interactions with the mainly inhibit the cytochrome P450 enzyme and increase the serum concentrations of other drugs like this theophylline, oral anticoagulant, cyclosporin, methylprednisolone. So this erythromycin increase the serum concentrations of other drugs. So this mainly this the oral digoxin by increasing its bioavailability. These are drugs like this atorvastatin, cyclosporin, theophylline, warfarin. All these drugs causes the increase the serum concentration. So this affects the metabolism of erythromycin, clarithromycin, and telthromycin. Macrolides are usually contraindicated in hepatic dysfunction, hypersensitivity, and pregnancy. This is the most common marketed brands of erythromycin: amycin, erythromycin, etromycin, macrozine. Then what are the advantages of the semi-synthetic derivatives of erythromycin? This is the roxithromycin. Main advantages, the newer ones are the longer acting, acid stable, more potent, better absorbed, better tissue penetrability, and more potent against Legionella infections. And this does not inhibit the metabolism of other drugs, that is free of drug interaction. These are the main advantages if comparing to erythromycin. This roxithromycin should be taken 30 minutes before food because the food can interfere with absorptions and reduce the bioavailability. This is used as an alternative to erythromycin. Clarithromycin, this usually recommended 250 to 500 mg twice daily, half-life 6 hours. This penetrates most tissues well and is metabolized in liver. And is comparing to erythromycin, is the lower incidence of gastrointestinal intolerance and less frequent dosing. If comparing to erythromycin, what are the advantages of clarithromycin? Is a long-acting, acid-stable, better solubility, more effective against H. influenza, Legionella infections, Mycobacterium, and some protozoas. And it also have activity against M. leprae and Gondidae. This drug is structurally similar to erythromycin, so the drug interactions are similar to erythromycin. This dose reduction may be required in case of renal dysfunctions, but this drug is a more expensive one. Most common marketed brands of clarithromycins are Binoclar, Clarin, Clarisin. Azithromycin, this derived from erythromycin and this contains a 15 carbon lactone ring. This antibacterial spectrum is similar to clarithromycin, but is slightly less active than erythromycin and clarithromycin in case of staphylococci and streptococci, but is slightly more active against H. influenza and highly active against chlamydial species. So this main advantage is a expanded spectrum, improved pharmacokinetics, so better tolerability, improved drug interactions profile, acid stability and rapid oral absorptions, marked tissue absorptions, largely excreted in bile. These are the main advantages comparing to other macrolides. So what are the main differences? Mainly this alteration occurs in pharmacokinetic properties. This penetrate into tissues very well and this half-life is approximately 3 days, so once daily dosing is required. For is effective in case of community acquired pneumonia, 500 mg loading dose followed by 250 mg. And another main advantage is free of drug interaction that usually seen in erythromycin and clarithromycin. Is a 15-member lactone ring, so this does not inactivate cytochrome P450 enzymes. So more active than other macrolides against H. influenza, but is less active against gram-positive cocci. Highly active on respiratory pathogens like Mycoplasma, Chlamydia, Legionella. Others like this Campylobacter, N. gonorrhea, but is not active against erythromycin-resistant bacteria. These penicillins producing S. aureus are usually inhibited, but is good activity against MAC. The main indication as a first choice over erythromycin in Legionella pneumonia, chlamydial, other indication like pharyngitis, tonsillitis, sinusitis, otitis media, pneumonia, chronic bronchitis. And this usually comparing to clarithromycin is effective in other indications of erythromycin, but its higher cost makes less preferable. And this azithromycin is a component of triple regimens for H. pylori in peptic ulcer patients. Side effects are mild gastric upset, abdominal pain, headache, dizziness, not affecting hepatic CYP3A4 enzymes. Main advantages of azithromycin is a acid stable, rapidly absorbed, better tissue penetrability, long acting, so once daily administration is required. Azithromycin remains in tissue for longer period and is gradually released from them, so thus the elimination half-life is almost 3 days. Hence in many infections it is effective even in single dose. Better tolerable comparing to erythromycin, excellent activity against H influenza, MAC, H influenza and is free of drug interaction. So it does not suppress the hepatic macrosomal enzymes and does not inhibit the metabolism of other drugs. Prophylaxis and treatment of atypical mycobacterial infections in AIDS patients, respiratory skin infections in pneumonia, azithromycin is preferred in Legionella pneumonia, chlamydial infections. This is the most marketed azithromycin brand, Simax, Cyzin, Azine, Azithromycin. Other macrolides are erythromycin is similar to erythromycin with some minor differences. It is better activity against Shigella, acid stable, long acting, so once daily administration is enough. Oldomycin and clindamycin are similar to erythromycin. Both are used in 200 to 500 mg dosage. Spiromycin is used in gonorrhea infections to prevent transmissions from mother to the fetus. Next category is ketolides is the modified macrolides that resembles newer macrolides and are effective against macrolide resistant pneumonia. Telithromycin is a ketolide, is a semi-synthetic derivative of erythromycin. This is usually effective in staphylococcal infections, H. influenza, H. pylori, mycoplasma, Legionella and some mycobacterial infections. Mechanism of action is similar to macrolides but effective even against organisms resistant to macrolides because it is not destroyed by inactivating enzyme. This binds to 50 ribosomes with greater affinity than macrolides. Telithromycin is well absorbed orally, is well tolerated and this causes some GI disturbances, raised liver enzymes and hepatic failure have been reported. Due to QTc prolongation and increased risk of ventricular arrhythmias, it should be avoided in patients with prolonged QTc or receiving other drugs that prolong QTc. This mainly inhibit the microsomal enzymes and this results drug interactions. Mainly used in case of community acute pneumonia, staphylococcal pharyngitis and sinusitis. This is the main dosage and duration of treatment with macrolides. These erythromycins are available in 3 forms: straight, esterolate and base. Esterolate form is shows the serious hepatotoxicity. So in most of countries this formulation is banned. Other roxithromycin, azithromycin and clarithromycin is better tolerability comparing to erythromycin. Next we come to the safety in pregnancy and breastfeeding. Erythromycin according to FDA categorization is category A drug, is safe to use but considered as an alternative usually in first trimester because of the congenital cardiac malformations. And this erythromycin esterolate formation shows the higher incidence of pregnant women and this causes the hepatotoxicity. So this esterolate formulation is banned in most of countries. Roxithro, azithro and clarithromycin, this comes under the category B, safer one. Clarithromycin is uncertain in safety in pregnancy and considered an alternative and is also preferred in case of breastfeeding mothers. Next way, efficacy of adding macrolides to treatment of COVID-19. Some of the newer studies shows them adding the macrolides is helpful for them COVID-19 patients, those who are suffering from upper respiratory tract infections. But these studies are showing very limited applications, so we need more about the safety profiles and efficacy. So we can use this one for the symptomatic relief for COVID patients. Okay, thank you.